What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. In today's video, I want to go ahead and take this morning, Sunday morning, to talk about, can you game the system with print on demand? We all know that there's a lot of different print on demand platforms. You have Society6, you have Zazzle, you have TeePublic, you have Redbubble. You have a lot of these other passive income sites. We all can agree on this. There's nobody who could sit here and deny this. But can you game the system? Is there a way that you can take a leap forward amongst the rest of the crowd? And is there a cheat code? Really, when I say game the system, is there a cheat code? Is there something that you can do to, just beat everybody, right? Not really. The answer is not really. And here's the thing, guys. Everybody here with print on demand, and I figured I'd make this video not to be motivational or inspirational, but just to speak literal facts, right? If you're going to get into print on demand, you got to understand that the reason why people get into print on demand, maybe not you, maybe it's somebody else. The reason why people get in on print on demand, right, is because they want to make money from something that is the lowest barrier. It's the lowest entry, right? And I'm just looking at this wolf picture in front of me that I find really, really attractive. But anyways, it's the lowest barrier of entry. There's really no costs to it in the beginning. There's no investment that you have to make up front to join any of these platforms. All you have to do is produce, and you get quote-unquote results. Now, obviously, the rate of those results will differ from person to person to person, but in its essence, it is the lowest barrier of entry. There's no real cost to it, right? Now, taking away all the extras that you could buy, the Instagram bots, the tools, the softwares, the designing tools, all this stuff, you could get away with doing it for free, right? And when I say doing it, I'm not talking about doing it successfully, which you can. I'm just saying just doing it in general. You can get away with doing print on demand without paying a penny, right? That's completely possible. The thing is that you got to understand that there are hundreds of thousands of people that are doing the exact same thing as you, literally. So at that point in time, the only differentiating factor will be the quantity of the work that you produce. Like, think about it this way, right? If we all go to let's just say we're all mining, right? We're all in a gold mine, and we just have to sit there all day, break rocks all day until we find gold, okay? Let's say we all have the exact same tools. We all have the same helmet. We all have the same whatever. The only thing that would make us different is the person who's willing to sit there in that coal mine for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours versus the guy who's only willing to do the regular 8-hour day, right? My point is that everything that we've talked about on this channel are things that help you differentiate yourself. The Instagram bots, that's like a cheat code, right? To promote your stuff and make money doing it. Now, granted, some people are better than others. You'll have some people who only make 5 sales a month and some people who can make 40 sales a month using Instagram bots. You have some people who use, the way we, you guys remember the strategy that I showed with the pictures, the software, take the pictures, turn them into paintings. That's another example of a cheat code. There are different things that you can do to get better. But overall, that's not going to change the world by, 750%. Does that make sense? Like, if you think about it this way, right? All these things that we taught, they'll give you small incremental boosts. 5% better, 10% better, 20% better, depending on how well you use them. Like, think about it this way, right? Let's say you get 10 sales a month on Redbubble. You start running an Instagram bot. Let's say you're not really that good at it, but you get 5-6 sales a month extra. So now you went from 10 sales a month to 16 sales a month, okay? That's a big increase for most people. And when I say it's a big increase, I'm talking percentage-wise. Now, is there something that you could do that all of a sudden will turn your 16 sales a month to 950 sales a month without, losing a lot of money? There's not much you can do. There's not going to be this one thing, this magical formula, this magic pill that will make you, quote-unquote, millions of dollars. there was this YouTuber that put out a video, and I'm not going to say the name, but this YouTuber put out a video saying that there are other YouTubers who tell people to do hundreds and thousands of designs, right? And that's how you make a lot of money. That's not the only way to make a lot of money. Let's just be clear on this. With print on demand, that's not the only way. But you look at all the people that make a lot of money, or the most or the majority of money on print on demand, it does require scale. I don't care who you are, this is a fact. It requires scale to do well. Now, don't get me wrong. Are there people who maybe out of their first 10 designs, they've created a design that went viral and they're at the top and they're doing good and they're making all kinds of sales? Yes, those people exist. But let's talk about probability. Is that probable? Is that statistically significant? The answer is absolutely not. You look at majority of the people on Redbubble, 80% have never made a sale. 80%. We're talking people, 80%, guys. Imagine if I told you 80% of the people who do this activity end up dying. Would you do it? Majority of people would say no. It's the same thing with Redbubble. 80% of people who join Redbubble do not make a sale. Now, there's many reasons for this. It's not because of the platform. It's not because of XYZ, right? And we've said this before, but majority of people who want to make a first sale within the first 3 months need to have over 300 designs. I've said this. These are things that I've said. But you look at accounts online, they don't have over 300 designs. You look at majority of accounts on Redbubble, they don't have over 300 designs. Now, it's not just about the quantity. So I don't want people to take things the wrong way. It's not just about the quantity. The quantity matters, but and this is, guys, for all platforms. Zazzle, Society6, Redbubble, Teespring. It's not TeePublic, excuse me. It's not just about that, right? It's not just about that. There are other aspects. I mean, you could go, and we actually said this when I've talked about the courses, the Autopilot Passive Income courses. Let's just give a shout out to these courses. The Redbubble Tag course, the POD Design course. I've said this before, and this is not a promo, but let's just get this clear. If you have the absolute best design quality in the world, there's nobody who could touch you when it comes down to designing, but you can't tag properly and nobody sees your work, guess what? You're making $0 and 0 cents. You're not making any money. If nobody sees your work, even if you have the absolute best piece of work, nobody's going to buy it, period. It doesn't matter how many designs you create. That's why I say it's not just about quantity. There's multiple moving parts to this game, right? If, let's say, you have the absolute best tagging, you have the absolute best titling, you gain traffic, right? But your designs are the absolute worst, you're not going to make that much money. You might get a few dollars, luckily, here and there, but it's not going to change your life. It's not going to be something that you can quit your job for, right? This is logical thinking. To say that it's only one thing that makes a huge difference would be a lie. But if there is one thing that can potentially make the largest difference for most people, it's going to be the amount of work they produce. Let's all be honest here. Prior to this YouTube channel, can we admit that we never looked at putting large amounts of work out on these print-on-demand sites as a reality? There are so many people in the YouTube comments who say, to be honest, I never thought I would end up posting 20, 30, 50 designs a day on Redbubble, but now you've encouraged me to do so. You've encouraged me to move forward, to do these things. My whole concept is, the reason why I'm even saying to do things like this is because what is the alternative? Are you just going to sit there, stare in the mirror, and wait for money to come in? Or are you going to go out there and chase it? I'm the type of guy, and I don't know if you guys are watching this, I'm the type of guy where it's rarely ever where I had something handed to me. I can't think, obviously God has blessed me, right? But I'm saying when I talk about things being handed to you, there was never a moment in time where I had to just do nothing and money showed up into my bank account. I had to go out there, I had to really, really grind for it and figure out how is it going to work? How is it going to happen? I remember, guys, the first 3 years of business for me were the hardest 3 years. The first 3 years. I call those my training years because I literally went through everything you could possibly imagine when it came into business. Every business model out there, I've tried, I've done, I've been part of, either success or failed, in every aspect. And I'm not saying that as an exaggeration. I'm saying that in real life. I was extremely, extremely, extremely active in the business world at that time. Extremely, like beyond what I am now, right? But that's not the point. The point is that if somebody comes to me, right, they have no skills. Let's just say they have absolutely no skills. They can't title, they can't design, they can't do anything. What's the one, and they have no money. What's the one thing I'll say? I'll say, do what you're doing now times 10, times 20, times 30. Because in that effort of doing a large amount of work, then the quality will go up. Then the tagging quality will go up. Then the title quality will. The quality of work will go up, because you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again without expecting to improve. There's no concept of that. If I go out every single day and I run a mile, it's going to get to a certain point in time, guys, where that mile, the amount of time it takes for me to complete that mile, goes down over time. I'm going to get faster. I'm going to get better. My lungs are going to adjust. I'm going to get into better running shape. My point is that takes conditioning, right? That's conditioning. Same thing with print on demand. If you really don't have anything to invest, we're talking you can't even afford a design software. Okay, there are free softwares out there. Inkscape, GIMP, whatever you want to use. There are free stuff out there. If you can't afford to join, let's just say Society6 because it costs $1 to join, which I think everybody could join, and I think everybody could afford softwares. It's just a matter of doing it. But regardless, let's just say you can't, right? You hop on a free platform, Redbubble. Let's say you're not accepted into TeePublic. That's fine. Go to Redbubble. Redbubble accepts pretty much everybody, right? I mean, there's really no acceptance. There's no application. You just go up and do your thing. I would say that would be my piece of advice. If you have no money, if you have no skills, no whatever, and you're expecting to make money on print on demand, understand that you're going to have to condition yourself. You're going to have to do this hundreds and thousands of times over and over and over and over again until you acquire the skills, you acquire the talents, you acquire the things that you need to acquire to end up starting to make an income. Does that make sense? Like, I'll be clear. When you're in the print on demand world, you have to acquire these skills somehow. You could take a course. You could be skilled already in these aspects already because of your past experiences. There are certain things that you could do. Like, for example, way before I started print on demand, I had learned about SEO. I had a lot of people don't know this. I had a clothing brand, an actual brand where I would order garments from overseas. Like, we're talking India, China, and I would wire the money with Western Union. The packages of orders would come in large boxes to a warehouse that I had. Small warehouse, very, very small. Probably the size of like maybe 2 bedrooms combined, right? And I would ship them out to customers. Way before that, I had to learn about SEO. I had to learn about what are people searching for and how can I show them my website so they click on my website, show up to my website, and purchase my products. This was way before I knew anything about print on demand, right? And people would buy the clothing. When they would buy it, I would ship it out. The point is that I had to learn that skill of SEO. I took that skill and I applied it into print on demand. I didn't have to start print on demand and then start learning SEO. My point is that you're gonna have to learn skills somehow, some way. Okay? After you learn those skills, you're gonna have to then apply the skills. After you apply the skills, you're going to realize that 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10 designs are not going to make or break you. You're going to have to do it in scale now. And like I said, there was this YouTuber. I'm not going to say names because I just find it irrelevant. There's no point. There's already enough negativity and disgust in this world to cause issues is not the point. But there's enough issues. But anyways, there was a YouTuber who was complaining that other YouTubers are basically stating that you have to do things in scale. You have to do things in large amounts. Well, if you think that this is not the case, you're being fooled to. You're being lied to. Don't get me wrong, there are instances where Somebody could have 10 designs and then he can make a lot of money off those 10 designs. Or 100 designs and make a lot of money off those 100 designs. But we're talking right now to the majority. We're talking to the world where it is the majority unskilled group. And majority of the people are unskilled. Like we said, 80% of Redbubble sellers have never made a dime on Redbubble. They don't know what it's like to make money, right? What does that mean? That means majority of the people, right, have not put in a certain level of effort. We also know through correlative data that those 80% who have never made a sale happen to have 30 designs or less on their profile. What does that statistically mean? It means that there's a statistical likelihood that states that the more designs you have, the higher potential, not guarantee, but potential to gain more sales. And we all, deep inside our hearts, we all know this, because if we didn't, would we even bother creating designs every day? Would we even bother? Because if we knew that creating more designs didn't contribute, then we wouldn't care. We wouldn't go out there and create more designs. But hey, statistics don't lie. I can go ahead and hit the search here on Redbubble, and you could see here that there are over 40 million designs on Redbubble. If everybody knew, or this false idea that, hey, you can get away with doing 5 to 10 designs, you'll be all good, right? Get away with it, then there would be a situation to where Redbubble would have 100,000 designs, or 20,000 designs, or whatever, 1 million designs. It wouldn't be at 40 million, and it wouldn't be increasing at the rate it was increasing. Just a few months ago, this thing was at like 32 million designs, guys. My point is that we all know the way to be successful with print on demand. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take scale. It's going to take quality. It's going to take a lot of effort. But we like to fool ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we like to hear somebody say, "You don't have to work hard. You don't have to stress to make money. You can do it the easy way." All this fake stuff, and then you're stuck in a loop of failure. You're failing, and you don't know why you're failing, because you've quote unquote tried everything, because people are telling you it's easy and this and that. And I want to be clear, it is easy. Print on demand is significantly easier than a lot of other things out there. Like if you start a blog and you do print on demand, starting a blog is much more difficult. You have to do a lot more work. You have to keep up with your SEO. You have to write content. There's a lot of things you have to worry about. Out of all the different things out there in the world, print on demand is probably one of the easiest. However, it still has its moving parts, and it still has its difficulties. For somebody to sit here and tell you that you're going to make, you can make a full-time income or thousands of dollars off of just like 100 designs, they're lying to you. Unless you are part of the minority, the 0.1%, they're lying to you. I mean, this is just the sad truth. You're going to have to work hard. There's just no other way around it. Okay? I can't rationalize. I can't understand how some people can get away with saying, "Oh yeah, I have 100 designs and I make a full-time income on it." That's not realistic. Maybe it works for, like I said, a half a percentage of the people, like a half of a percent, like 1%, like divided by 2. Like maybe that it works for them, and maybe you're part of that one group. But the reality is, for majority of us, for most of us, for all the people out here grinding every day, that's not realistic. Because when you do a search, let's say we search for the word tiger, there's only a few spots that can be at the top, guys. There's only a few. And the reality is most of us will never be at that spot. So what does that force us to do? That forces us to go a different route, right? Think of it like YouTube, for example. How many YouTubers can you list off the top of your head that are extremely viral? Can you list hundreds and thousands of YouTubers who are extremely viral? No, you can only list a few. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, David Dobrik, a few other people in that group, and that's basically it. Why is that? It's because extreme virality is hard to come by. It follows the same formula in print on demand. Extreme success with print on demand is hard to come by through ease of work, right? There are some people who post their first YouTube video, and their first YouTube video gets millions and millions and millions and millions of hits, and they're a star from the beginning, right? But there are other people in order for them to even get 1 million views on YouTube, have to create video after video after video after video after video after video and so on for hundreds of videos before they can even accumulate 1 million views. So at the end of the day, my point is, don't be fooled. This will take work. It will take effort. Because of the low barrier to entry, you will literally have hundreds of thousands of people trying to do this, and you have to be the needle in the haystack that somehow shows out or kind of defines yourself. And the only way to do that is to multiply yourself. If you're that needle, you have to multiply as much of yourself in that haystack to be seen. Because make no mistake, guys, let's just say, for example, I make designs in the tiger niche. Well, the tiger niche has 251,000 results. If I want to be seen, if I want to give myself any chance of being seen, I'm going to have to create a lot of tiger designs. Right? Now, this is probably not the best keyword to target based on what we teach in the POD tag course, the Redbubble tag course. That's a completely different scenario for a different topic for a different time. But that's just all I'm trying to say for this video. Let's not be fooled, right? This is foolishness for somebody to sit here and tell you that you don't have to work hard and you can make money. It's just ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous. So I'm not even going to get into that, but, it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from, okay? What I'm trying, and by the way, I want to be clear. For all those people in the comments that are going to sit here and say, well, you know what? I focus on quality and not quantity. Well, guys, we focus on both. We focus on quantity and quality. Nobody does something ugly on purpose, right? Nobody does bad work on purpose. We focus on quality and quantity. So I'm just going to get that right there. All right, I'm done, guys. I'm done talking. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.